my name is Tabitha. I'm your fitness instructor, and I'm going to lead you through a yoga / gentle stretching class to help ease stress. This will be about 40 minutes long, so you'll just follow along with me. If you'd like to use any yoga blocks or a bolster, which is like a big pillow, or a blanket if you would like, or even some bands when we do some stretching in the legs toward the end. You may grab those too. Otherwise, if you don't want to use anything, you just want your body to move naturally without any props or any assistance, that is quite okay too. So I'd like to just start in a simple seat, making sure that both of your sit bones are evenly pressed down on your mat, and you're sitting up nice and tall, so the crown of your head is reaching up. As your shoulders are back and down, your chest is open, your ribs are stacked right above your hip bones here, so you have a nice straight spine, and you can have your palms resting down on your knees, or you may have them facing up, whatever is comfortable for you. And I want you to just close your eyes here. We're going to start off this stretch with compassion, with some gentleness. And I want you to breathe in through your nose, taking big, deep breaths. And then exhale out through your mouth. And maybe as you take these breaths, you'll notice that your shoulders rise up toward your ears. And exhale. I want you to imagine that you're inhaling freedom, you're inhaling stress-free, and you're exhaling any situations that you're hanging on to that are not doing any good for you, that are causing you stress. So take this time to just think about some things you're grateful for, to let go of any stresses that you've had throughout your day or maybe throughout your week. Taking a big breath in, exhale out. Still sitting up nice and tall, still reaching the crown of your head, which is the top of your head, right up toward the ceiling. Big breath in. Exhale out. And to get a little bit deeper into this practice that we're doing, I want you to think about your faith. Inhaling the peace of God. Exhaling out any doubts or fears that you may have. Inhale joy. Exhale fears. Inhaling peace. Exhaling chaos. And on your next inhale, I want you to inhale to the place where you're having any pain throughout your body. Inhale to the deepest part of that pain. And exhale that pain right out through your mouth. Couple more breaths here. Good. Starting to relax, starting to ease some of that tension. One more breath. And exhale. We're going to draw our left ear toward our left shoulder. You can still keep your eyes closed here if you'd like. And as you're reaching that ear towards your shoulder, you're trying not to lean way over. Your ribs are still stacked above your hips and you're still sitting up tall. You're just drawing your ear to one side. Getting a nice stretch in the right side of your neck. Maybe you've been holding a phone at work, or maybe you slept wrong and you've got a kink in your neck. To add a little bit extra weight, I want you to reach with your left hand toward your right ear and just allow your arm to slowly pull on your neck a little bit more, just using the weight of your arm, using gravity. You actually don't even really need to add any force to this stretch. Still breathing normal, natural breaths. And then I want you to bring your chin toward your left armpit as you slide your fingers toward the back of your head. Feeling a stretch more toward the back of your neck. It's nice to get some rotation in our spine and starting off with our neck, because our neck is where we carry a lot of tension. And we have a big heavy skull that rests right on this neck. So we need to make sure that we're stretching it out, showing it some love, not being too hard on it. Go ahead and release your hand back to your knee, bringing your head back to center, and then slowly bringing it back up. And we'll do the same on the other side. Roll back the shoulders here. Sitting up tall, you can readjust your sits bones here if you'd like. And let's go ahead and bring our right ear toward our right shoulder. Just holding it here as far as your neck will allow your head to go. Breathing, nice and steady breaths here. We're not trying to speed anything up. This is a time for you to ease some of that stress that you may have been carrying all week, or even just for today. This is a time for relaxation, to show yourself some gentleness and compassion. And then with our right hand, we're going to take it over to our left ear. And again, allowing that weight of your arm to just pull a little bit more slightly on your neck. Getting a nice stretch here all along your neck toward your shoulder to your clavicle, keeping it open. Letting those tendons breathe, letting the spaces in between your vertebrae breathe. Just imagine you're opening up your spine and the little puffs of tension are just coming out. And from here, we're going to draw our chin toward our right armpit, and again, sliding your fingertips toward the back of your neck, behind your head here. Still lengthening your mid-back, lengthening your mid-spine if you can. We're just starting with the cervical neck, so cervical spine, so just in our neck first. We'll work our way down the rest of our body throughout this gentle stretch. And go ahead and take a big breath in. And release your hand back to your knee, bringing your head back to center. I want you to keep your chin tucked toward your chest. And then with both hands, you're going to interlace them behind your head here. Bringing your elbows in. Pulling your head down just slightly as you feel the stretch in the back of your neck toward your mid-back and also between your shoulder blades. Just opening up the back side of your neck, your shoulder blades, your upper body. Sometimes we can get knots in our trapezoids, which are the big muscles that are just behind our body and our upper back. So try not to arch your mid-back here. Try to sit up still nice and tall. Remember, we're only starting with our cervical spine first. Let's take a big breath in through our nose and exhale out through our mouth. Gentleness and kindness. Whatever you are anxious about, I just ask that you give it to God. The Bible tells us not to be anxious. Do not be anxious about anything, but in all things, submit your requests to God. Go ahead and take another big breath in. Exhale out and remove your hands back to your knees. We're going to bring our chin up toward the ceiling. Inhaling here as we bring our gaze up. Again, you can keep your eyes closed or you can keep them open. I like to keep my mind closed sometimes because it helps me visualize peace and calmness around me. It helps me stay focused on what I'm doing. Taking a big breath in here. Exhale, drawing our chin toward our chest. We're just going to move up and down here. Again, inhale, bringing our chin up. Exhale, chin toward our chest. Very good. One more. Inhale, lift. Exhale, release. And go ahead and bring your head back to the center here. We're gonna look toward our left shoulder. So inhale one way. Exhale toward the middle as you rotate toward the other side. And then inhale at the other shoulder here. Inhale, exhale, twist. Inhale. As you're moving your head across your body to the other side, and as you're exhaling, I want you to imagine that your breath is just so pure, it's so soft. It's just creating a cloud around you of peace and of comfort. Inhaling at one side, exhale, cross the body. Inhale again to the other side, exhale. Couple more, inhale, exhale. Last one, inhale, and exhale back to center here. Go ahead and bring your arms down to your sides. We're gonna go into the mid-back now, which is our thoracic spine, getting into some lateral side bends, placing one hand down on the floor, inhaling as you lift. Exhale, slide that arm toward the edge of your mat. Holding this pose, I want you to breathe normal, natural breath. Rotate that shoulder back so you can open up your chest. Heart center is facing front and open. And then you can even bring your gaze up toward the crease where you bend your arm or your elbow is. Holding this pose with pressing your sits bones still on your mat. So try not to lift up that right side. Just holding it here, pressing down. If you would like to go a little bit further here, coming down on your forearm and reaching, you're gonna really feel that nice lateral stretch. We're opening up our intercostals, which are the spaces in between our ribs. So let's go ahead and take a big breath in, expanding our rib cage, opening up our lungs, filling them with air. Exhale out, let's go ahead and switch to the other side. So good. All right, just a little reach here to start. Opening up that upper body, opening up your chest, bringing your gaze up toward that little crease, that bend where your elbow is. Breathing natural, normal breath. And then if you want to reach a little bit further, coming down on your forearm, remember to press that sit bone into the mat. You want them both still on the mat. Really feeling the stretch on this side, the spaces between your ribs, and also down to your lower back here. Take a big breath in, expand those lungs. Exhale, switch sides. Let's do it again. A little bit more this time. So going as far as you can go. Holding here. And taking a big breath in. Exhale, switch. So good. Oh, it feels good to just stretch and love on our bodies. Stretch those muscles, stretch the ligaments, the tendons. Move those bones. Big breath in. Exhale, switch. We're gonna speed it up here just a little bit. Inhale, exhale, switch. Inhale, exhale, switch. Let's flow here. So good, a couple more. Two more. This just feels good. Very nice. Flowy arms. Inhale. Exhale, both arms down. Let's roll back the shoulders here. Loosen them up. Our shoulders can also get super tensed. When we carry a lot of weight on our shoulders, we can get super tight here. We can tense up in stressful situations. That is just our body's way of reacting to stress and to tension. That's just our muscles tensing up. One more here and we'll reverse other way. Take a big breath in and out. Full breaths with full range of motion. Oh, so good. Big shoulder rolls, getting all around, front, back, and up. Let's go for two more. Last one. Very good. Now we're going to bring our shoulders together as if someone's taking their thumb and pointer finger and going to squeeze them together. So go ahead, inhale, arching your back. And exhale, open up, bring it to the back now. Bring the shoulder blades together. From here, let's inhale. Exhale, squeeze forward. Like we're letting it out like a big balloon. Inhale, bring your arms back, bring your shoulder blades back, open your chest, eyes up to the ceiling. Exhale, switch, arch the back, draw your chin down, bring the arms in front. Oh yes, let's do a couple more of those. Inhale. Exhale. Getting into the front and the back body here. Inhale, last one. Exhale. We're going to take this into some spinal twists now. So go ahead and sit back up, roll back the shoulders, loosen up a little bit here. Go ahead and place one hand down right by your bum, flat on the ground. The other hand is going to come right on top of your leg, right on top of your quad. And then as you twist, you're going to sit up nice and tall and then slowly twist to one side, trying to peek over your shoulder. And I want you to just hold this position here as you lengthen your spine a little bit longer and taller toward the ceiling, and then twist a little bit deeper. We're getting into our cervical, thoracic, and even a little bit in our lumbar spine as we twist. Let's go ahead and switch sides here. We're not adding in the breath quite yet, so you can breathe your normal, natural breath here. And I love these spinal twists so much because I always think of myself as a wash rag. So right now when we're doing these moves, I think of a wash rag that's being wrung out with dirty water. Let's go ahead and switch sides. So then we're making room for the clean water. So Jesus can fill us back up with that clean, clear, flowing water. And switch sides. And let's go ahead and add in our breath. So as we switch, we're going to inhale. Exhale here as you hold. And then inhale as we switch. Exhale, hold. Inhale, switch. It's our breath, our oxygen moving together. Exhale. Inhale, switch. Moving together with our muscles and with our body. Inhale here. Exhale, switch. Let's do two more. Inhale, twist. Exhale, hold. Inhale, twist. Exhale, hold. Let's go back to center. Very good. Let's get into our wrists now. So often people that type on a keyboard a lot or even play the piano or they're doing a lot of stuff like this, a lot of times people can cramp up, especially if we're doing exercises like planks. So we're going to stretch into the wrist now. So I'm going to face this way so you can see what I'm doing with my hands a little bit better. I want you to bring one arm out with your fingers pointed down. So arm is just straight along in front of you. With your other hand, you're going to reach toward the top of your hand, more toward your wrist. So not on your fingers, more toward your whole hand. You're going to pull toward you to stretch the top part of your forearm here, the top part of your wrist. Still sitting up nice and tall. You never want to get rid of that posture. We're still engaging our core. We're still stretching other areas of our body, even though it might be hard to focus on one part. Take a big breath in. Pull toward you just a little bit more. Let's go ahead and switch ways. So we're going to this time with our palm out. Holding it here. Big breath in. Exhale, pour toward you a little bit more. Good. And this time we're going to flip our arm up. Inhale. Exhale, pull toward you a little bit more. Great job. Let's go ahead and do some circles with the wrists, both ways. And we'll go ahead and get the other side. So with your fingertips pointed down, palm comes across the back side of your hand. Inhale. Exhale, pull toward you. Very good. This is also a great exercise to release some tension in your wrists, even in your fingers. All right, and then our fingers facing up, grabbing the bottom part of your hand. Inhale, exhale, pull toward you. And then release the other way, fingers pointed down. Grab the palm of your hand, inhale. Exhale, pull toward you just a little bit more, getting that flexibility in your wrists. And let's go ahead and do some wrist rolls both ways. Very good. All right, so from here you actually can sit the long way on your mat if you'd like. We're gonna get more into the legs, into our lumbar spine, which is our lower back. Still sitting up nice and tall, arms to the side. I want you to flex your feet here, because when you flex your feet, you're activating those tendons and ligaments in your toes, all along your feet here, and then up through your calf muscles, behind your knee, and your hamstrings. If it's more comfortable for you to take a slight bend in your knees, feel free. Otherwise, I want you to just press with your heels while also sitting up tall, arms out to the side, palms facing forward, open to receive the gifts and the blessings that Jesus has for you tonight. Inhale as you lift. Exhale, forward fold, leading with your chest first, and then slowly arching into the back. You can just melt your head toward your knees here. Reaching toward your feet to really feel the stretch in the back of your legs and then along your spine. Very good. Let's go ahead and walk our hands back toward our bum here. We're going to do that again, keeping your feet flexed, arms to the side. Inhale, lift. Forward fold, leading with your chest. Exhale here. I want you to really focus on which areas you feel the stretch the most. And is it a good stretch or is it a bad stretch? And when I say bad, I mean, is it causing pain or is it just feeling a little bit uncomfortable? Because you do want to feel a little bit uncomfortable because those are your muscles not used to being stretched out like this. So it should be a little uncomfortable, but if it's painful, I want you to ease up on the stretches a little bit. Let's go ahead and walk our hands in. We're going to speed this up a little bit. You can relax your feet, point and flex your toes here. And then let's do some ankle circles both ways. You can go out or in first and then reverse. All right, so just relax your legs however they're comfortable. Maybe you want to shake them out a little bit after being stretched like that for a little while. And we're going to inhale as we lift. This time we're going to exhale. We're going to twist open to the right. Let's go ahead and inhale, lift, facing the front toward our feet. Exhale, twist open to the other side. Getting a nice spinal twist here again. Inhale, lift. Exhale, twist. Yes. Inhale, lift. Exhale, twist. Let's get in a couple more. Inhale, lift. Exhale, twist. Last one. Inhale, lift. Exhale, twist. One more inhale and forward fold. Very good. Slowly rolling up. We're going to take it onto all fours now. So in a tabletop position. Hands are right underneath the shoulders. Knees are hip width apart here. You want your back to be nice and flat. So we're not going into a cow here with our back being arched and our tailbone up. And we're not quite going into a cat here with our back way arched. I want you to have a nice, steady, strong core, strong back. Belly button is toward your spine. Just holding here. Nice and steady. You are strong. You are rooted. You're amazing. You're unique. You are one of a kind. Let's go ahead and rock our hips side by side. Stretching out our hips. We're going to get into the hip flexors. And then we're also getting into our IT band, which is the muscle that connects right up toward your hip. It's a big, big muscle. And so often our hips are also a place where we carry some tension, but specifically trauma and sadness, disease, traumatizing memories. Let's go for a few more on both sides. Just stretching it out. All right, last one here. Back to a neutral position. I want you to curl your toes under, lifting up your knees, setting your tailbone back into a downward facing dog. This is an inversion pose. It allows the blood to run throughout our body toward our head here. And if you can press your heels toward the floor, I encourage you to feel a nice, good, satisfying stretch in the back of your legs again, your calves. And as far as your front body goes, your upper body, you really want to flatten your back and bring your chest toward your knees, bringing your ears right by your biceps. From here, we're going to go into a stretching dog where we bring both of our knees toward the mat, like we were just in tabletop, but don't allow your knees to touch the floor. And then press your booty right back up toward the ceiling. Let's just flow here. Stretching using your upper body strength and back. So I want you to inhale as you bring your knees down. Exhale as you lift. Inhale, bringing your knees toward your mat, keeping your back nice and flat. Exhale, lift into that down dog. Inhale. Exhale, lift. Let's do one more here. Inhale down. You're doing so good. Getting a little heated in here now. Let's walk the dog, bending one knee, pressing with the heel for the other foot, and then we switch. Swaying our hips from side to side here. Going on a little stroll with our dog. 3, 2, and 1. Feet down, taking this into a 3-legged dog. Go ahead and lift up your right leg, point the toes, open up your hips, slight bend in the knee, bringing your leg right over the left side of your body. And then from here, we're going to draw our knee in toward our chest, 3-legged plank. Hold it here. This is a strength pose. We're still being gentle on our bodies. We're just adding a little bit more strength here. Go ahead and lift back up into a 3-legged dog and plant that foot right down. Let's take it to the other side. Point the toes of your left foot. Inhale, lift. Slight bend in the knee, bringing it over the right side of your body. Exhale here. Inhale, drawing that knee into your chest into a 3-legged plank. Hold it here. Shoulders right above your hands. Breathing. You're so strong. You can do this. And back up into the 3-legged dog. And back down. Let's head down into a child's pose, lowering your knees down to the mat. Widen your knees, connecting your big toes together. Setting your tailbone back and lengthening your fingers, lengthening your arms. If you need to roll out your wrists here, you may, nice, softly. We want to be gentle on our bodies. I want you to relax in this child's pose. Taking some big breaths again, filling up your lungs with air, thinking about everything that you're thankful for. So I want you to specifically think about today. And what is something that you're thankful for today? Something specific. Maybe somebody did something for you. Maybe you received a kind note or a kind word from somebody. Maybe you were complimented. Maybe the best part of your day is just spending time with family, or even just doing this stretching exercise. Let's go ahead and walk our hands to the right off of our mat to get a nice lateral stretch again here. Still breathing, still in child's pose, just at an angle. And from here, we'll walk our hands to the other side. And then back to the center. We're going to come back up into tabletop, but then slowly just transition, facing the front into a butterfly pose. So with the butterfly pose, the bottoms of your feet are together, and your knees are just falling naturally to the sides. Whether they're up here, that's okay, here or here. Wherever your knees just fall, you don't have to compare yourself to anybody because we're all on different flexibility levels. So you should just be able to feel a nice stretch in your hip flexors here, okay? And let's go ahead and flutter away. You can grab your toes, grab your ankles or your shins, wherever is comfortable for your hands to go. Just remember to sit up nice and tall. Open up the chest, open up the clavicle here. Still reaching with the crown of our head toward the ceiling. The crown of our heads. I like that saying because I think about God, think about Jesus sitting on the throne with a crown on his head, a crown of thorns on his head. And he's wearing those crown of thorns for us. Let's go for 3, 2, and 1. We're going to start to forward fold. So again, leading with your chest, back is flat, going down, down, and then slowly start to curl, arching your back to where it feels comfortable for you, where you can't keep your back flat anymore. Just hold here, feeling that deep, deep stretch within our hip flexors here, deep in our hips. Releasing any tension, any of those dark spaces that are being reached, that are being touched with God's love right here, right now. I want you to hold this pose and breathe. I want you to know how important you are, how worthy you are, that you are worth it, that you are beautiful, that you are unique, you are rare, that nobody can do what you can do, that you were put on this earth for a reason and for a purpose. And you might not know what that is yet, but God will reveal it to you in his own timing. Everything is perfect in God's timing. We never have to worry. We never have to struggle. We never go without. God is always there with us. He's there for us. He lives within us. Let's go ahead and slowly roll up, stacking our spine vertebrae by vertebrae with our heads coming up last. Roll back the shoulders. We're going to transition onto our backs now. Knees are bent. Let's slowly roll on down to the floor. I want you to lengthen your left leg long on the mat. Right knee you're going to draw toward you. We're going to circle our hips. Maybe you can use your hands to help you guide. Maybe you need one hand. Maybe you need both. But I want you to get range of motion here in your hips. We're going to go in about 5 circles both ways, just on the right side here. Good range of motion, loosening up those hip sockets, the hip joints. You can do big circles here, you could do little circles, whatever feels right for you. And then when you're done, I want you to lengthen that right leg. Pull towards you to get your hamstring here. Taking a big breath in. Exhale, draw that knee toward you just a little bit more. Good, let's go ahead and release that foot to the floor, getting into the left leg. Draw that knee into your chest. And let's do some hip circles, 5 both ways here. All around. Maybe your hip is gonna pop a little bit. If it's painful, I want you to stop or do smaller circles. Once you've got 5 one way, go ahead and go the other way, all around. Loosening up our hips. And then when you're ready, go ahead and straighten that leg into a hamstring stretch. Draw that knee towards your chest. Big breath in. Exhale, bring that knee towards you just a little bit more. Good job. And let's go ahead and release that foot back down to the floor, long stretch. We're going to finish with our resting pose, our resting position, because we always need a little bit of rest. So you can flex and point your feet here. If you want to keep your arms up behind you, you can. You can keep them out to the side or down by your sides with your palms up. You can also widen your legs a little bit more, and you can take a slight bend in your knees. Whatever is comfortable for you to just rest. Take these last couple minutes. Keep your eyes closed. And actually, I would like you to place your right hand on your heart, your left hand on your belly. Taking a big breath in, filling up your belly with air, so expand it like a balloon. Exhale it out. The deepest, deepest stale air that is down there, that is just holding you back from true happiness. Another big breath in, expand that belly. And exhale out that stale, dark air, making room for Jesus's light, Jesus's fresh breath, fresh air. Another big breath in. Exhale, feeling your stomach move, feeling your belly fill up with air, your lungs, and then with your other hand, feeling your heartbeat. That is your life. You are alive. You are here on this earth at this specific moment. In the midst of all the chaos, I believe you are here to bring peace, to help change the minds of people, to help change the world. Taking in a few more breaths as you rest. Letting your mind just cool down, wind down. You can keep your eyes closed, but I'd like you to just smile here. Beautiful big smiles. And then you can go ahead and open your eyes, slowly begin to sit yourself up, facing the front just like we were when we started. Maybe you feel more clear-minded, more refreshed, a little bit taller even here, a little bit more relaxed, more at ease. I hope you feel more at ease. Let's go ahead and bring our arms out to the side. Inhale as we lift. Exhale, bring your hands together into a prayer pose. Giving thanks right here. Thank you, Jesus, for our bodies that you give us. Thank you for our hearts. Thank you for our minds. Thank you that you designed us perfectly to be just like you in your image, Lord God. Together we say amen.